Silver hits 43 US dollars. The climb looks like it might be continuing. Let's take a look at the charts. This is Good Morning Stackers with me, Joe Main, brought to you by Perth Bullion Exchange, perthbullion.com.au, Mastering the Markets, masteringthemarkets.com, and My Silver Investor Club. It's a private club, free to join for now. I'll put a link somewhere below. Trust me, you at least want to check it out. Join it, and you'll want to stay for the long term. Let's take a look at silver on the 4-hour time frame, priced in USD. We're looking at $43.06. We've closed for the week. The market is closed. We have done what I didn't think we would actually do. I thought we would actually come down a little bit lower. So I was wrong on my personal opinion that we might actually see some lower prices, and we might go into this zone right here. So from this low and this high into this expected support zone. Now we actually hit the top end of it. So that was probably good enough on balance of probability. But what I was noticing was some bearish divergence, and it looks like that may have played out fully now, at least on the 4-hour time frame. So looking quite good at the moment for silver. Silver is going to $50. It's going to break the all-time high. It's going to get to triple digits and all that in the longer term. So this is all just, little weather report stuff. But you'll see here, and this is good to know this stuff because it informs you over the larger time periods as well. So bearish divergence, what is that? That's when you have a higher high in price, but a momentum indicator, and the most popular one to use is the relative strength index. That's right here. If you see a divergence in the movements, okay, so that's a higher high, a series of higher highs, and then you've got lower high here. So you take it from this point and this point, that's a higher high, but from this point and this point, that hasn't made a new high. That's actually gone the opposite direction. So it's a lower high. It signals bearish divergence. Therefore, it says, okay, steam is starting to run out, at least on the particular time frame that you're looking at. This is the 4-hour, and you go, okay, a little bit of time for a bit of a dip. We've had a nice little series of higher highs, higher lows, time to consolidate. We did that from this low and this high. The expected support range, as I said, was around about between $41 down to $39.90, and we saw it touched basically perfectly at the $41 mark. I thought we might do something like the following, where we might do this. We come down, have a move like that, or maybe up to there, and then get into this zone. With the kicker that if we did cross above right here, that was at $42.50, that would invalidate my theory about that, and then crossing over and holding above there would say, okay, no, onwards and upwards we go. So we've done that second thing. So great to see. The thing that we need to watch out for, at least on the 4-hour time frame, again, this is weather report stuff, dollar cost average into precious metals, or whichever way you're investing in precious metals. Is that the physical? We love the physical here at Good Morning Stackers. I've been a stacker of physical metals since 2010, but also I'm into silver stocks, and you can get into ETFs and things like that. Join the Silver Investor Club to find out more about all of that stuff from the wonderful community members. But I have been thinking you just got to watch out for the following, which is a potential sort of little blow off top here, and then we can head back down. So that's a possibility. Okay, I'm not saying it's definitely going to happen. I'm kind of 50-50 at this stage, but it's great to see we've made a new little high right there. So we know where we're going. We're upwards eventually to $50. When we get to that $50 mark, okay, that's when the real fun begins. You'll probably see something like the following, and again, I'll do the rah thing. The 45-year cup and handle, longest in history ever. There's never been an asset that has gone longer than this with a cup and handle formation. That is the $50 mark in 1980, the $50 mark in 2011, and look at that beautiful cup, long handle. Okay, silver has never broken its 1980 high. It's the only asset in the world that's never broken its 1980 high. Okay, so when we get to 50, just consider, it's people will be calling, it's a triple top, it's never hit. Why would it hit over $50? It's never done it before in history, okay? 1980, 2011, it won't do it this time either. Let me just tell you, triple tops, first top, double top, yep, cup and handle, triple tops very usually are not an actual thing. You're not going to see the following, in my humble opinion. You're not going to come up to here, have a triple top, and then just sail right back down into bear market territory. That ain't happening, let me tell you very clearly. Barring a black swan event that we can't see, of course, 0.1% chance, right? It will probably do a little, as I say, faff around, meaning it'll just sort of maybe just, the media will be saying, oh, triple top. That maybe might scare some people out. You might just find a little bit of resistance there. And this is on the monthly time frame. Maybe you have a month, maybe 2 months, possibly longer at resistance under $50, but it's not going to last that long. And we might actually just shoot straight through it. Okay, so very bullish on it. And once we get above 50, you're in price discovery, meaning things start to move quicker when you're in price discovery. Okay, so that's general silver, rah. But again, let's take a look on the daily. If I pop on my indicators again, what am I noticing here? Let me get rid of that for you. So if we look on the 4 hour, I think, that's definitely been invalidated of having that lower price on the 4 hour time frame. Let's look at what the daily is saying. Daily is looking actually healthier. There's actually nothing saying, and I'll get rid of all this for a second. There's nothing yet saying on the daily that it is looking massively like a bearish kind of divergence. So if you take a look here, the only thing I will say, sort of a flattening out on the relative strength index, but that's not really solid. Okay, if you have a look on the daily time frame, you're actually still making higher highs on both things. So you've got a higher high here, and then technically it's not as high, but it is a higher high right there. So you can't say that there's bearish divergence on the daily time frame, at least between this high and this high. What you could say potentially, and again, this is all just kind of spitballing here, we know where silver is going in the longer term. The other thing you could say, maybe there's some higher highs here, but even technically here, no, look, because of that right there, that is technically a higher high. It is in convergence. It's just not as, what's the word I'm looking for? Not as rapid of an increase on the relative strength index. Okay. Do I think that we will see, a dip, a decent dip? Yes, we will, because that's what markets do. Markets go up and markets go down. The question is where from, okay? But as I said, long-term, silver is looking absolutely fantastic. I will just warn you, do not be surprised if you see the following coming very soon. I'm not saying it's happening, as I said before, but yeah, just again, on the 4 hour, see, you haven't broken that uptrend line. You can do something like the following. It wouldn't surprise me at all, where you come up to here and, people like me make videos saying, silver, $43 now, onwards and upwards we go. But I'm not saying that, right? And then it does something like that, and then that still just doesn't break there, and that's like a bearish divergence. And then we have the flush out, okay? And that I think would probably take it lower than this previous just low here at 41. I think you would get into this kind of possibly very low 40s, if not into the high 30s kind of area. So just watch out for that, okay? Don't be surprised if it happens. I don't give it any kind of percentage chance at this stage, because the daily is still looking quite good. And of course, that's general silver. And if you want to get into things like silver stocks, you could be silver stock indexes, or you could be silver specific mining stocks, for example, or maybe just a silver ETF as well. That's another way to do it, rather than just buying the physical. But as I said, been buying the physical precious metals for a very long time. I worked for 3 major gold and silver bullion dealers here in Australia. I've served, thousands of customers in my time. I would actually highly suggest, though, if you are looking to buy physical precious metals, no one's really doing it any better, in my opinion, than Perth Bullion Exchange, perthbullion.com.au. Why? Well, they started their business in May of last year, and they were the first business in all of Australia to offer free shipping when you buy over a certain amount. Now, if you're watching this from, say, the United States or somewhere else in the world, you're going, what? Of course you get free shipping when you buy over a certain amount. That was never a thing in Australia, okay? Don't know why, again, the 3 bullion dealers I worked for over 12 years never did it. Perth Bullion Exchange, Ricky, the owner there, decided, no, you deserve free shipping when you have a certain amount. What's that amount? 20 or more items in your shopping cart. So it's not a dollar value. You could buy the cheapest thing on their website. Sometimes they have 1/10 of an ounce silver rounds, okay? Whatever the price they are, just buy 20 of those. Again, 20 of anything, mix and match. Free shipping Australia-wide, okay? So go to perthbullion.com.au, play around with the shopping cart, and then when you see there's 20 or more items, you'll see the free shipping option come up. It's so good. It's revolutionary for the gold and silver bullion industry in Australia, and I'm very surprised still that other bullion dealers haven't stepped up to the party to do the same. They will eventually. So that's buying physical. Now, if you're into buying silver stocks or ETFs or things like that, I'm really going to ask you, please at least head over and check out the Silver Investor Club. Again, it's my private club. It's a private club for new and veteran investors in silver. Now, this is physical silver and silver-related assets. So we have spot price talk. So we talk about, so the silver price is up, just like I'm doing right now with you. Spot price talk. We also have stock talk as well. So I'm in individual silver mining stocks. I'm in silver ETFs as well. We also have our amazing weekly private live streams. Now, what happens on the live stream is it's just a hangout session. Okay, we just do a private live stream. Not all the members, but a good bunch of the members, and we have 163 members at the moment. They come and just hang out. We talk about silver, we talk about the price, we just talk about anything else that we want to talk about. There's some lively discussions about other things, other than to do with silver and investing. And what we do every single week is you get an exclusive silver bullion special from Perth Bullion Exchange, but this isn't the one that they list publicly. Okay, they do their own specials every week. It's private only for the Silver Investor Club members. Okay, I'm not saying you should join just because of that. You should actually just be joining because it's an amazing, lively community of like-minded silver investors, and you can learn from other people. If you're a new investor in silver, you definitely want to be part of this. If you're a veteran investor in silver, join the club, join the party. Okay, it's amazing. So what I really would recommend is hitting the join button. When you hit the link that I'll put somewhere below, it takes you to this About page section right here. You can watch the video that walks you through the website a little bit, and then you'll see the join button right there. You have to wait to be approved, but I usually approve them pretty quickly. And then you can start. And what I ask you to do is once you've joined, you go down to this pinned comment right here. It says, "Welcome, future silver millionaires. Introduce yourself." Everyone introduces themselves there because we want to build this community. We want to get to know you, okay? As a silver investor, we want to hear your opinions and, we want to hang out with you, okay? So do that. You definitely want to be part of the Silver Investor Club. If you want to be a better investor in general, you should really head over to Mastering the Markets, masteringthemarkets.com. Why? They have a couple of amazing courses. So you can do the 10-week foundational course. I'm actually coming up to, it'll be my 10th week. It'll be week 10 next week of the Dow Theory Principles and Technical Analysis Foundations course. So I'll be finishing term 1 of the year-long comprehensive. I'm actually doing that right now. I've been into technical analysis and this since I started stacking silver in 2010, but I've never done an official course to be a proper trader. I'm actually doing that right now. So can I highly recommend you head over to masteringthemarkets.com, and also you can join their academy for free. This is academy.masteringthemarkets.com. Academy.masteringthemarkets.com. Join for free. There's a free section, okay? But then they also have all the back-end stuff like the weekly educator live streams and all that stuff. You have to pay for that side of things, but there's a free version which you can check out to wet your whistle and get your appetite going. Highly consider heading over to masteringthemarkets.com as well. Finally, ladies and gentlemen, we do a synchronized slurp. That's where you grab a tasty beverage. I grab mine, you grab yours. Let's slurp them together. It's the slurp heard around the world. 3, 2, 1, go. We do this at the start of every live stream. Now, I go live, publicly live, on Tuesdays and on Thursdays at 9:30 a.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time. Okay. Public, available on YouTube, available on X. Then I do a private live stream just for the Silver Investor Club on Fridays at 9:30 a.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time. Pick one of those, come to one of them, come to all of them, and you're going to have a great time with like-minded silver investors. Thanks for watching. Stay safe, stay informed, keep stacking whatever you're stacking, and I'll see you soon.